Okay, so not gonna lie, I'm gonna be doing this a bit differently than I usually do. Usually I, film a lot of my work and, as I'm going, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that with this one because I'm not really certain what I'm doing. I'm just kind of faking it because I've never really done anything quite like this before. I mean, I've made crossbows before, but they weren't quite the same. So we'll just have to see how it goes. Like I said, I'll definitely show updates in between what I'm doing, what I'm working on, what I'm gonna do next, all that stuff. I just probably won't show the actual footage of me working. But anyway, so all that being said, I'm basically gonna start by cutting out the main bow. I got a nice big leaf spring. Don't mind the mud on the floor. My shop flooded after a massive rainstorm. It lasted for 15 minutes, but it put a lot of water on the ground. Anyway, so can't quite figure out what this is. It's off some truck from the 80s, got a junkyard. This is kind of the main spring. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut basically along here and the same on the other side. Then I'm gonna cut a slight, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna notch in here a little bit. This will be the width of my main body, I guess. And then I'll just have to taper up a little bit from there. I want to have a little bit here just because, or have this be a little bit longer because I'm gonna have this notched in. I'm gonna have steel over it and I don't want to move side to side. So that's, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So also, since this is steel, you want to make sure it stays cool. Just gonna keep squirting it with water and hope for the best. Again, I've done this before with medieval crossbows, so hopefully that'll work with this too. I will get back to you once this is all. So I kind of do apologize because I did a lot without filming anything. So I have the limbs cut out pretty good. I'll probably layer up a couple on here, figuring out as I go, which is kind of why I didn't film much. I also have the main body attached, which this is two 2x6s and one 1x6, but I trimmed down the 1x6 to where it kind of leaves this groove when it's all attached. I attach it with screws as well as a bit of wood glue in the middle. And then this end, which is where all my trigger and everything is, I basically welded together an angle iron box and screwed it on. And I also made, and I'm still working on this. This will be my sled that uses to cock the whole thing and my trigger mechanism. Basically, just some angle iron weld together. Need to clean this up a little bit so it welds. But basically my winch will attach here, which again will then be attached back here, which is why this whole box is here. Because once I get my winch back, I had to go use my dad's welder because mine is kind of a piece of junk and I don't trust it to weld something that's gonna be pulling back that. So, gonna be held on basically with these lag screws back here, which once I get my winch back, because I accidentally left it at my dad's, whoops. But it'll be attached back here, so that way it's kind of in the back. Crank it, back, this will slide, and then we'll have this on here, which basically, at the moment, it's this 1/2-inch rod that needs to be attached to. These are 5/16 nuts, I think. Basically, I was at the hardware store earlier today, and I just selected the size that I can put a 1/2 inch through. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weld all of these together. I'm gonna weld them onto here, and then I'm gonna have basically 2 hooks, which is, I haven't cut that far yet. I stopped before I did. Measured out here. Gonna cut off here. If you've seen the ZNA Productions video, I am taking a lot of inspiration from him. I didn't intend to do that originally, but the guy knows what he's doing, so, and a lot of other designs kind of use that too, so I'm using that design, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have 2 of these cut out here, then I'm gonna have another piece welded on here, kind of at an angle, then I'll kind of go over, actually be kind of over here, but I'll have a lever attached, although I kind of want mine over to the side, maybe. Again, I'm just kind of fake it till you make it, just how I do most of the projects like this. A little scarier when I'm dealing with something a lot more dangerous than my usual crossbow, but what's life without a little danger? This is what body armor's for. So anyway, I'm not gonna lie, I hope this thing works. I've had a couple of people say they want to shoot it, so no pressure. Anyway, enough rambling. Now that I'm looking at that, well, I guess they're attached to that and spin. I was thinking that sits over that. Gonna have to figure that one out, but I'll figure it out as I go. Anyway, this will sit under here with the other piece coming over. Maybe I've got a bridge over that. Maybe. I don't know. That's where I'm at this point. I kind of measure it using my string here. This is actually Kevlar rope. I'm gonna layer it up. I want to have 4 of them, layer them twisted together. Best strength I can. I'm not gonna lie, if you're ever gonna have like some survival situation with paracord, get this. It's like the same design, but instead of having a break weight of 550, this has a break weight of like 2,000 pounds. I think this is a work weight of like 800 or something. So honestly, I'd recommend looking at this stuff. So I'm gonna go kind of get some more stuff made, and I'll get back to you when I figure out what I'm doing. I apologize. It's been a bit since I filmed like the very first part of it because. Okay, so I picked this back up after a couple weeks. I was gonna work on it, take a week off or so, get a few other things done, but it's just one thing after another. It's been a long couple weeks. Anyway, so I'm not gonna lie, I probably way overestimated my ability at building this, but it works. So mostly, I still need to do a couple things to it. I mostly want to weld on a little handle in the back, just so I have something to hold on to, and build a stand for it, which would probably just be a table that I have just chopped up. But I did a short little test, and I'm about to do another one that's a little more powerful. It's this like 3/4 inch steel pipe, which is about 1 inch in diameter. I pulled that back to about where that is, so a couple inches. And I don't know if you can see it. It did that. I mean, that's not super spectacular, but it is something. So it does work. This is the 4 strands of paracord line. So it seemed pretty strong, and honestly, it seemed to function relatively well. So yeah, it works. Probably the sketchiest thing I've ever made, but it works. Now I'm just gonna build a stand, turn myself a bolt on the lathe, and have some fun with this thing, I hope. Hopefully I don't lose a limb. Kinda need those. Bolt number 2 that I missed. Clear this thing shoots high. Bouncing off here and then shooting to the tree and then breaking off. Because I should have saw that coming. Anyway, this is lodged in pretty deep though. Good. Oh wow, it's gonna take a lot to pry out. Yeah, that's probably a good couple inches in. This is a pretty big tree, so. Yeah, I'm gonna figure out something else for the bolts and get back to you. Come on. Okay, that's gonna have to do. Hopefully. Well, just like before, accuracy's dog shit. So first I want to point out, this is like 3 1/4 to 3 1/2, somewhere in there, inches around. That is double the size of a 50 BMG bullet, because 50 BMG is a 1/2 inch. So, it didn't go through, but it punched a hole big enough to where that went in and then bounced out. So, yeah. I don't think it hit the melon, so gonna try that again. This is undamaged. Shoved it in a little bit more, but that's it.
Okay, so I just took like another shot, and I can't say I condone building, you know, medieval-ish artillery, but damn, this thing is fun. And, this is the damage. This, again, watermelon. Don't know how much more I can say about it, but yeah, it had enough to go through there. Put a nice hole in this. Ugh. Damn. So this is the kind of damage it does. Like, it's going through these, like shredding them. Like, this even isn't just a puncture wound, it's like torn open. So I wish I had a way of like testing just how much force this thing was putting out. Unfortunately, I don't have that because I spent all my money building shit like this, not test equipment. But the fact that it's doing this to a steel drum and destroying water bottles like they've been shot, and I mean, that's not hard, but it's fun. So, damn, this thing was a fun build. It took me way longer to do than I thought, but honestly, it was worth it. And yeah, it's definitely worth waiting on the right ammo to do it right. And yeah, so shovel handles, great ballista crossbow bolts. Turning them from 2x2 pieces of oak, bad. So, yeah, good ammo. Like, I think most preppers say that when it comes to guns. So, ammo is key.